Hello my dudes, and welcome back to my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, hi, I'm Evan, and I knit things. And if you're a regular, welcome back. I'm so glad you're all here. Today I have for you podcast number 11. For me, today is Friday, April 11th, so we'll be talking about my knitting from last Friday the 4th until today the 11th. I have a finished object and a little bit of WIP progress. Not much, just a little. It's been a week, okay? I've been having a lot of weeks recently, but that's kind of how it is when you're homeschooling towards the end of the year and the children just like want to be done and I want to be done, and that's just how it is. We've had a lot going on too. This week has been so busy. And yeah, so let's jump right in. My finished object, I did not expect to finish at all. I wasn't trying to finish it. I didn't intend to finish it. It just kind of happened. This is the Simple Thing shawl or scarf or whatever, depending on how big you make it, by Melina Brell. Here, I'll take it off and show you. I have been knitting this. Well, I started it originally right after I got back from Ireland in October. And then I knit on it for a while until like December, and then I realized that I'd been doing the increases every other row instead of every fourth row like you're supposed to, and I ripped the whole thing out and started over. So I wrote down what day I actually restarted it. So let me look here. I can turn to the correct page. There really aren't that many pages right here. I restarted it on December 20th. So original start was October 31st, restart was December 20th. And I bound this off on April 6th. This past weekend we ended up going to Cleveland to the Natural History Museum, and it's a little over an hour car ride there and back, and this is what I worked on in the car. And yeah, yarns I'm using are, it's two fingering weight yarns held together. The gray is from Red Door Fiber Studio, and it was an alpaca sock in the colorway Lavender Latte, and it was one of a kind. And then the variegated rainbow yarn was a Halloween mystery skein from several years ago from Gamer Crafting. And so it turned out really cool. There's pooling in places, which looks really cool, and then we've got micro striping in other places. Like, see, that looks so cool. I don't usually like pooling in like sweaters, but I like it in accessories like this. It looks so cool. And it's so soft. The alpaca sock base with the like merino, it's so nice. It's so squishy. I'm gonna be wearing this all the time when it's cold again. I mean, it's cold today and raining. It's like 40, so it's fine wearing this right now. I'm sure I'll be hot by the time we're done and I'll have to take it off. But that's how it is. Like, you'll be able to tell by how red my face is. Like, it's already red because I didn't have the energy to put makeup on today. And you know what? I have rosacea, and this is what my face looks like, and I don't need to hide that. Anyway, that's my rant. There's a hair tickling my arm. Okay, so that's the finished object. Let's talk whips. Okay, first whip, you already know, it's the Purl Soho sample. I had to knit 6 things. I'm on the final 6th thing. I will finish it this weekend, and then Monday I'll be done. Blech. Oh my gosh, getting so many notifications right now. Sorry if you can hear that, the recycling truck decided to come. The recycling was supposed to come yesterday morning, and it didn't, for no reason. But now it's coming now, of course, while I'm trying to do this. Anyway, next whip. This is the Bahama Wrap by TLYarn Crafts that I am Tunisian crocheting. I am working this up in all of the leftover yarn from Ireland this past year. This is what it looks like so far. It's just kind of a sampler. I was here last time and I did about that much. Not too much, but some. I'd like to finish this week if that's possible. But you know, that it's kind of low down on the priority list. I kind of want April to be the like finishing random stuff month. Because I'm sick of having so many whips. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, that was that quick and easy. Okay, the next whip, we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so this is gonna take a bit. Okay, I need a coffee break. And to wait for the recycling truck. Okay. This is the, well, not that, that's a bag. This is the Field Day Cardigan by Ozetta. I'm knitting this up in Knit Picks City Tweed in the colorway Kelp. Shameless plug, I'm a Knit Picks affiliate. If you want to pick up this yarn or any other Knit Picks yarn, you can use the link in the description box below and I will earn a small commission, and that would really, really help me out. And like, I don't make any money from doing this or Instagram or anything like that. So it helps a lot with the time invested. Anyway, okay, so I'll show you how much I did and then we'll talk about some stuff. Okay, so here's where I was last week. I knit all of that. It looks all weird because that's a lifeline right now. Okay, so I knit all of this. It's a lot, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, here's the problem. We talked last time. I got these buttons. They're really cute, like little monstera leaves. Sorry, the needles are tinkling off my tripod. Okay, these really cute monstera leaf buttons. The pattern calls for 1-inch buttons. These are 3/4 inch buttons, and they're not round, so they look even smaller. So I knit the first spacing of buttons. There are supposed to be 20 rows in between buttonholes, which is that much. It looked really weird. So I ripped back and did 10 rows in between buttonholes. Okay, so logically that should mean I need twice as many buttons since I'm putting a button half as many rows apart. Well, did I think that when I decided on this button placement? No, I didn't. I just started doing it. How many buttons did I buy? 6. How many buttons does the pattern call for? 4. Which would mean that if I'm placing buttons twice as often, I would need 8 buttons, right? Well, I don't have 8 buttons. I have 6 buttons. So this is where the 5th button should go. And then after your, like the final button is supposed to go in the hem ribbing. So if I were just following the fact that I'm out of, like I only have one more button, not including this one, I only have one more button to go down here, it should go in the hem ribbing. However, that means that this is much shorter than the pattern calls for, because that's 1, 2, and then that should be the 3rd button. Well then I guess, wait. Third button here, and then you're supposed to put another 20 rows, and then a button, and then another 10 rows. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, but the problem is I tried it on and it's real cropped, like more cropped than I wanted. Like, let me see if I can show you a bit here. I have a couple options for fixing it. Let me see if I can show you. Like, it looks super weird because there's the lifeline in it and I'm wearing this over another sweater. But like, you can see that it's pretty cropped. Here, let me move this and move this. Okay, so more cropped than I had wanted if I still have another inch there. Like, so here are the options. Basically, okay, so I have like 3 options here. What is the dog barking at? Hold, please. Okay. Ugh. Somebody was at the door. The dog was barking. Children were freaking out. Jeez, oh man, who knocks on doors anymore? Like, just people knocking on doors? I mean, it was Jehovah's Witnesses, that's who it was. But anyway, so the options for the sweater. Okay, I can continue as I've been going and put a button here and then put a button at my next interval and finish the sweater like that, and then hope to get a decent amount of length in blocking, which I'm sure I could do. Number 2, I can buy more buttons and probably a little more yarn because this is all I have left, and oh, that just disintegrated, and that. So I'm not sure I have enough yarn to get to the length called for in pattern. Third, I can rip back to here which I clearly messed up threading this through because it's right. Oh, I accidentally put it right after the buttonhole instead of right before the buttonhole. So I have to do that again anyway. Great. Basically, I can rip back to before this second button and make it like 15 rows in between buttonholes instead of 10. Because 20 is too much for the size of these buttons. It's too much. But if I did like 15, that might be okay. So I either need to buy more stuff, rip back a lot of inches, or leave it and see what happens. And then if it doesn't get enough length, then go back and do one of the other things. I'm unhappy. I wanted to finish this week, but that's not going to happen. So you can let me know what you think in the comments. I may or may not listen to them. Obviously, I'll end up doing whatever I feel like. But this is now in timeout for right now because I'm mad at it. So that's that's all the knitting. Let's talk spinning. I have been spinning the Corridale that I got, and I really like it a lot. I will insert a video of what my bobbin looks like right now. I made a little video about plying and my Lazy Kate, so like that was only half of the 100 grams of fiber that I had split for this skein or what have you, but I wanted to get that made before I forgot about it. So I've plied some of it, but I was kind of rushing this morning, so it doesn't look super great on the bobbin. I may attempt to undo it. I don't know if I can do that, but we'll see. So that's spinning. Let's talk, okay, let's talk goals for a minute here. This past week's goals were to finish the Purl Soho samples, or just work on the Purl Soho samples, and I've done a lot of that. I've only got, I've separated each sample into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts because it makes me feel better to fill in little boxes when I've accomplished something, and that's not up to date either. But I have finished one part of the final sample, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. I wrote down to finish the field day body, like not really expecting that I would or wouldn't, but that if it was possible, that'd be great. And if it was possible to finish the color that I'm working on my Bahama Wrap, but I didn't pick that up until last night. And then I said that I wanted to have 30 hexagons for my Polygon blanket by the end of the month, and I didn't make a single one so far. So I am now 11 days behind on that. Could I catch up? Yeah, I could. Will I? I don't know. First goal for this coming week is to finish the Purl Soho sample. I may or may not work on that at all until Sunday. It is my nephew's first birthday on Sunday, so we have to drive out to Medina, which is about an hour away, to go to his birthday party. So that's an hour drive there, an hour drive back, and the Purl Soho sample is like 90% stockinette. So I could work on that in the car on the way there and back. Though I would finish the stockinette bits and then I'd be in a bind. So I may just try to finish it today and then be done with it. And then I could work on my Palm Springs tank, the second one, on the way there and back, and at the party. Why don't we say that? The test period for the Palm Springs tank ends, I believe, on the 19th. And I had started that second one, and I haven't touched it since I cast it on, but I had wanted to finish it by the end of the test period. So that means I have 8 days to finish a fingering weight tank top. Can I do it? Yes. Particularly if that's the only thing I'm working on, which maybe that will be the goal now. Maybe that should be the goal. Put the field day in timeout because I'm mad at it. Finish the Purl Soho sample, finish the Palm Springs tank. That's it. That's the goal. That's the goals for this week. Finished Purl Soho samples, Palm Springs tank, start to finish. Okay, I like it. I like it. What else can we talk about? Hello? Must have been one of the kids going in their rooms. Well, we can do what am I wearing? I don't feel like singing it today. So we talked about my simple thing, but I'm wearing a sweater under that. This is the Chione by Andrea Gaughan. It's knit up in Marianthe yarns. I believe the colorway was called Vanilla Sky. They do have an Etsy shop, but I have never seen this color on it since the year I bought it. But the Chione is just a fingering weight, broken rib raglan sweater it's got twisted rib at the cuffs and the collar. It's got a folded over collar and hem. I really would like to knit another one of these because I really like it, but I want a slightly closer fitting one with longer sleeves and body. Like I did lengthen the sleeves and the body after I finished this, but I didn't have enough yarn to lengthen them as much as I wanted. So I need to knit another one of these at some point. When that will happen, I don't know. I have plenty of yarn I could use for it. Anyway, there's the recycling truck again. I don't have any acquisitions this week. Unless you guys want to add in book acquisitions. We could start adding in book acquisitions if you had interest in that. I did go to Barnes & Noble this week. And the week before that. And I got my book of the month this week. So, should I show you some books that I got? One of them's really pretty. Okay, hold please. One of them's downstairs. I'm not going to get that one. Okay, books that I've picked up recently. We'll go from oldest to newest. This one I actually picked up, I think it was back in February. But it's really pretty. It's by T. Kingfisher. She's probably my favorite author. Sword Heart is a really interesting book, and this is the special edition hardcover. It's got the foil sword on it, and foil there, the sprayed edges, and then it's got really pretty end papers. I have read this one before, but I wanted the shelf trophy. Okay, then 2 weeks ago when we went to Barnes & Noble, I picked up 3 things, one of which I do not have because it is downstairs. But I picked up Go Luck Yourself by Sarah Rash, which is the second book in the series. This is book 2 after The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I absolutely loved. It was so funny. I like that this one's got green edges. I think that's hysterical. So I got Go Luck Yourself. And then I picked up, I'm currently reading it, I Got Abducted by Aliens and Now I'm Trapped in a Rom-Com by Kimberly Lemming. It looks like that. It's hysterical. I'm obsessed with it. And then the third one I got 2 weeks ago was Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed. This is the special edition. It's got the hollow on the front. Look at that. And it's stunning. I saw it and I was like, oh man. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I haven't read this yet, but after I read A Study in Drowning, which I also have the special edition of, it's not this pretty though. After I read A Study in Drowning, I was sold. Like, hello, let me read everything you've ever written. So, yeah, this was too beautiful to not buy. And then this past weekend we went and I picked up Dating Dismemberment by A.L. Brody, which, oh my gosh, it just looked so funny. And given the state of the world right now, I need more funny romance in my life. So this is an immediate buy. I also had a $10 coupon. And then Book of the Month was doing a your first book of the month for $5. So I was like, psh, yeah. And then you know how much I loved Phantasma. Well, I got book 2. Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. Can't wait to start this. I'm not ready to start it yet though. So, I actually haven't looked at and see the cover's not really anything special. It's the Book of the Month version. So, got that as well. So, what have I finished this week book-wise? Books I have finished this week, only 2. I finished Dreadful by Caitlin Rosakis, 3 stars. It was okay. It wasn't like wow, it wasn't awful. It was fine. And I finished The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson. 3 stars. It was like westerny. I don't like westerns. I don't like cowboys. That's not my vibe at all. But I wanted to read the whole Cosmere, so I'm gonna read it. And it didn't feel like Brandon Sanderson at all until the epilogue. And then I was pissed because it took until the epilogue. I mean, that one was short for a Brando Sando. It was only 11 hours. So, yeah. I don't know that I'd recommend it. I think the next one, the Mistborn Series 2, Book 2, I think it'll be way better. But I haven't started it yet. So, what am I currently reading? I should say that I finished Alloy of Law last night. So, like, I haven't picked a new book to put in the rotation yet. So I'm reading Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros with Brett. I got abducted by aliens and now I'm trapped in a rom-com by Kimberly Lemming. I'm reading the physical book, so that is very slow for me. I cannot read a physical book more than 20 minutes at a time, maybe twice a day, without serious brain problems. So I am a little less than halfway through that one, but it's going to be a bit before I finish it, but I love it. And then I am reading Moby Dick by Herman Melville with a group of dudes on Instagram. So today I will start either in my little Libby queue here, I've got both Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson and The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner, and then Romantasy Book Club this month is reading The Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. So I'm going to start one of those 3 today. I don't know which one yet though. Goodreads gives you like little community favorites challenges, and I've read all of them but one. So if I read The Lost Apothecary in the next 19 days, I'll get that little achievement, and I have problems. And if there's a little achievement or a streak or an invisible not real medal, I'm gonna have to try to get it because autism. So that may be The Lost Apothecary, may be the next thing that I read, so I can get that little achievement. Because like there's 6 of them and I've gotten the other 5. Like, I want the 6th one. I mean, 4 out of the 6 were things that I just happened to read, that happened to check one of those boxes. I did read one specifically to collect an achievement earlier. It was the RBG book. There was a read one of these women's biographies for Women's History Month. So that was a book I'd been wanting to read for forever anyway. And I mean, The Lost Apothecary has been on my list for forever. And I realize that some people hate it and some people like it, so I don't know. We'll see. It's relatively short, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. What do you think I should read next? While we're talking books, let's talk about my book socks for a second here. I'm sick of them. Like, I thought this was gonna be more fun for me, but I'm just not feeling it. So maybe that's what I'll do today, actually, is catch up to whatever length I like for the sock being on, and then just be done with them. Because I'm not feeling it. I don't like it. Maybe the keeping track of something all year long in a knitting project is just not for me. I thought it was cute. But the thought of having to knit a stripe for every book that I've read so far this year makes me, like, both irate and seriously annoyed at the same time. So maybe we'll just have a first quarter socks, or the first 50 books of the year, because the book I finished last night put me up to 50 books for the year so far. I don't know. You know what? It's my knitting and I can do whatever I want. So if I don't want to knit book socks anymore, I don't have to. That's how it is. Anyway, I have talked too much about books on a crafting podcast. But that's how it is. Sometimes you work on one project all week and can't show it to anybody, and then you work on another project, and then like knitting 6 to 8 inches on a cardigan takes a long time. So, like, yeah. I should have significantly more progress of stuff to show you this week. It is spring break week for the kids, so I will have no school all week, so I will have a lot more knitting time. So we'll just have to see how things go, what I finish, and yeah. Thank you all for watching this video. If you're not subscribed, please click that little subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. We are on a journey to 500 subscribers. We're at 202. So, thank you to everybody who has already subscribed. I appreciate you all so much. If you want to support me and the podcast, and you already subscribe, and you already follow me over on Instagram, I also have a pattern wish list over on Ravelry. You can send me a pattern. That would be so nice. If that's something you feel like doing. Thank you for stopping by. Again, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you think I should do about my field day cardigan, what you think I should read next. what have you. Go follow me over on Instagram for more daily life stuff. I hope you liked this episode. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you all in the next one. Love you, bye!